Highlanders Football Club have finally remembered how to win again following a 2-0 victory over Yadah, a result that kept Poso in touch with leaders Ngezi, who enjoy a point cushion at the top. As promised by coach Brito during the week, Poso tinkered with their regular lineup with Brighton Manire and Ashford Fire relegated to the bench for Mason Mushore and Marvelous Chikumira, who impressed with an efficient performance at right back. Brito then switched Ndrumbeva from right back to partner Peter Mdua at the centre, thereby pushing natural left footer Mbongeni Ndlovu to the left. Events that followed would suggest the changes worked tremendously for Poso. Believe it or not, it was Yadah with the game's first good chance, a defense-splitting pass from Prosper Kafela Panjila picking up Junior Zindoga wide on the right. As the latter burst towards the box, he cut back a pass to Jerich Pangura, who failed to connect. With Yadah keeping the chance alive, Poso have Peter Mudua to thank for intercepting Chipangura's header, and the attack had been neutralized. Poso knocked at the Churchman's door for the first time off a long bowler from Marvelous Chikumira to pint-sized Ray Lunga. The Poso midfielder then touched a pass into the box, nicely damaged by Lenoth Chikua, only for Lennox Mucheto's timely intervention to prevent Makinon Mshore coming in for the kill. Chikumira, perhaps playing to prove he deserves a permanent place, was just marvelous on the right, and he will soon exchange passes with Lunga before flighting an inch-perfect cross that El Shama Farasi unbelievably headed over. Highlanders finally made the breakthrough of talented Makinon Mshore's cross. Yadah keeper Marshall Takarinda pairing back Lenoth Chikua's goal-bound header, and Mbongeni Ndlovu was on hand to tap home the opener with 8 minutes left to the break. The goal seemed to spark more life into the Poso game, and 2 minutes later they could have doubled the numbers. Another sweet Chikumira cross bouncing gratefully for Mason Mushore, who could not keep his header down. On the stroke of half-time, Makinon Mushore would go down in the box with appeals for penalty, but match referee Tabani Pamala seems to have gotten things right as there appeared no foul on Mushore. 1-0 at the break, Highlanders in front with again a goal from their defence, placing the Bulawayo Giants into a half-time lead. After the breather, perhaps Highlanders had a much better caller when Marvelous Chikumira's free kick was collected by Yadah keeper Marshall Takarinda. However, Takarinda went on to retreat beyond his goal line, and there shall always be debate on whether Takarinda also carried the ball in its totality over the line. On the 67th minute, Lenoth Chikua would intercept an Anochidaishe Kwatizo back pass, but it would eventually count for nothing as the Poso forward ran out of ideas, his teammates also not providing options for him. The Poso fans then called for change. Brito responded by sending promising youngster Prince Ndlovu and Calvin Chikonero to the fourth official for substitution. Before the change was effected, Lenoth would get a chance to redeem himself after being sent through by El Shama Farasi, but the Poso forward would not capitalize, and by the time he went for goal, the Yadah defense had recovered and Chikua's shot was cleared off the line. The whistles for change grew louder. The crowd must have thought they had seen enough, but when the substitutions were finally effected, Prince Dube came on for Ray Lunga, and much to the Poso fans' surprise, and maybe his own, Chikua stayed as Calvin Chikonero replaced El Shama Farasi. It nearly paid off instantly as the substitutes would soon combine with Makinon Mushore to split the Yadah defense open, but the young prince would lack composure and experience to finish what will be a memorable goal. With 9 minutes left on the clock, Poso keeper Ariel Sebanda almost presented Yadah with a gift after letting slip what looked a routine catch, but Mason Mushore was at hand to clear the mess. Chikua eventually made way for Washington Navaya, and Poso would soon win a free kick after Prince Ndlovu dazzled in midfield before setting up Makinon Mushore, a target of frequent sins committed by the men of the cloth on the pitch. Referee Tabani Pamala awarded a free kick, and Ndrumbeva curled in a beauty for Chikua replacement Washington Navaya to sneak in via the near post and flash his header home. 2-0 deep in injury time, and the Miracle Boys knew they needed one to salvage perhaps a draw, don't even mention a win out of the game. Welcome victory then for Poso, who returned to their winning ways with typical goals from a defender and a dead ball. It's points that count. Position of scorer, or for that matter set piece, is secondary. For the Premier Soccer League at Papafield Stadium in Bulawayo, I'm Tandazani Zimbra.